Fellow Kenyans, once again let me take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you a very happy and prosperous new year. Today, also, we celebrate our Kenyan children, and indeed we should be proud of the achievements that we have made today. Today being a historic milestone when we started the distribution of 33 million books to our children in our schools across the country. For the first time in our history we have achieved a 1-to-1 ratio of book to child, and this is first not just in Kenya but in many parts of the world. I am grateful that the Jubilee administration education reforms are gathering pace with the eventual rollout of our new curriculum. Indeed, as you may have heard, I have instructed the Ministry of Interior to work with the Ministry of Education to ensure that all our regional commissioners liaise with regional education coordinators to hold regional stakeholder meetings in all the regions of our country on education reforms, especially with regard to our new curriculum. This will enable the public to participate and have a better understanding of the proposed new curriculum and its outcomes. Indeed, all our children going to Form 1 should start reporting next week, and the government has already released approximately 30 billion to all secondary schools in the increased capitation plan of supporting each and every learner with up to 22,400 to ensure that secondary education is accessible to all our children, and to ensure that we have equity across the country in terms of availability to education, and equally to ensure that, as was there before, children who are still not of age and who couldn't access secondary education are now able to access basic education until they are of a mature age. Today, I call upon prudence in the use of all public resources meant for our children, and this is not an issue, as I said this morning, that is debatable. We must avoid wastage and misuse of these resources. Fellow Kenyans, further to this, and as I stated to you in my New Year's address, I did say that in the following weeks I will be announcing names of men and women who will join me in delivering our promises to Kenyans, and today I wish to name a few of those to join me in working together to fulfill our agenda for Kenya and our fellow citizens. Therefore, in accordance with the powers conferred upon me by Article 131 and 152 of our Constitution of Kenya 2010, I wish to state that I am retaining the following persons in my cabinet and shall reassign them accordingly their duties in accordance with Article 152, v.a. These are, the National Treasury Mr. Henry K. Radish, the Ministry of Tourism Han Najib Balila, the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure Development Mr. James Makaria, the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of Government as well as Acting Minister for Education Dr. Fred Mashangai, the Ministry of Energy the Hon Charles Geeter, and the Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology Mr. Joseph Mucheru. Presidency reorganization. Further, in accordance with powers conferred upon me by Article 132, 4a, I have made the following appointments. Head of Public Service will continue to be Mr. Joseph Kainiua, the Deputy Head of the Public Service will Mr. Wanyama Muziambu, the Chief of Staff and Head of the Presidential Delivery Unit will be Mr. Nziakuda, the Controller of State House will be Mr. Kenuthi Mbugwa. New Cabinet nominees. In addition, and by the authority conferred upon me by Article 152, 2, I have nominated and forwarded the names thereof to the Speaker of the National Assembly the following persons for positions of Cabinet Secretary: Han John Muniz, Hanukkar Yedini and Mr. Keriako Tabiko. For Ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Lawrence Leniapa. I have today accepted the resignation of Mr. Keriako Tabiko as Director of Public Prosecution under Article 158, 9. Of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Kenya Police Service. Further, in order to enhance service delivery and efficiency within the National Police Service, I have, in accordance with Article 132 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 17 of the National Police Service Act, made the following changes in the National Police Service. For redeployment, the following have been redeployed to the Police Service Commission for further redeployment. 1. Joel Mboya Ketili, former Deputy Inspector General, Kenya Police. 2. Samuel Araki, Deputy Inspector General, Administration Police Service. 3. Ngwamu Ura, Directorate of Criminal Investigations. Appointments. I would also like to inform the country that on the advice of the National Police Service Commission and in consultation with the Inspector General of Police, and, in line with Regulation 26 of the National Police Service Commission Act Recruitment and Appointments Regulations 2015, the following officers are appointed in acting capacity until processed by the Commission in accordance with the said law, and these are: Edward Njoroge Mbugua, appointed to Acting Deputy Inspector General, Kenya Police Service. Noryerao Gabao, appointed Acting Deputy Inspector General, Administration Police Service. George Mainikanatai, appointed Acting Director, Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. Fellow Kenyans, as I have said, over the next few weeks, I will be making further announcements to fill cabinet positions, to fill the positions of principal secretaries as well as our sagas, parastatals, as we continue to populate the government with those that will be charged with the responsibility of executing our agenda for the next 5 years. I thank you, and may God bless you, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much.